We are coming to you from the city beautiful Chicago, Illinois, where tonight WGN Sports on the U presents White Sox baseball. Yes, Paul Konerko, Adam Dunn, Gordon Beckham and the Sox as they get set to butt heads with Miguel Cabrera, Prince Fielder, Victor Martinez, and the first place Detroit Tigers. Hi, everybody, and welcome. With Steve Stone, I'm Ken Harrell. Since we get set to bring you game 2 of this 3-game set, if you missed the opener last night, you missed a good one. It was Scherzer against our guy, Chris Sale. Our guy won. He went 8 innings, giving up just 1 run, and that was a home run to Victor Martinez, picked up the victory. So the Sox now have won 2 in a row. And one thing about tonight, we are going to see Eric Johnson for the second time.
I think he'll be better than he was the first time. The first time was kind of a mixed bag against the New York Yankees. And early he learned what the major leagues was all about because he threw a breaking ball to Robinson Cano, and Cano hit it out of the ballpark. So this coming in the first inning, but things got a little better for him, and he will always have a strikeout of Ichiro on his resume. He went 6 innings, gave up 7 hits, 5 runs, 3 of them earned. Unfortunately, he lost that one, but he looked pretty good the first time out. I think he's going to benefit and be better tonight. And
the hottest hitter in that Tiger lineup, the guy who got Chris Sale last night.
Victor Martinez has been all everything. He's been very good since the All-Star break. He's been unbelievable since August. And when you take a look at what he did both against Jake Peavy and against Chris Sale, against Sale he's hitting somewhere in the neighborhood of .650 lifetime. Not too many guys can say that, but Victor Martinez has been the heart and soul of this team. You don't hear a lot about him because of Cabrera and Fielder, but you see since the All-Star game in August and against our ball club, .423 this year. So Victor's been hard to hold down. He's a good clutch hitter. Hopefully tonight we can get the job done and Eric can win his first Major League game.
All right, a beautiful evening, and it's Blackhawk night. The scarves being given out, and they are lovely. So sit back, relax, and strap it down. White Sox baseball coming your way. White Sox baseball is brought to you by Miller Lite. It's not just a good time, it's Miller time. By Honda. Visit your local Honda dealer or go to shophonda.com for current offers. By AT&T. Find out what's possible with products and services from AT&T. Rethink possible. And by Ford. Proud sponsor of your Chicago White Sox. Check out America's freshest lineup of fuel-efficient vehicles at your local Ford store or at localfordstores.com. Back to the ballpark, and it's just as short of time as maybe 10 days, 2 weeks ago. You may have thought, well, the American League Central is over. Fini. Give it to the Tigers. That is not the case.
it's not the case because Cleveland is charging hard. They're only 4.5 games back, only 4 back in the loss column. And we'll take a look at just exactly what it looks like for the contending teams as they try to, 1, win a division, or 2, get into a wild card. As you can see, Detroit has 3 left with Kansas City. Kansas City is on the outskirts of this. Cleveland has 5 games left with Kansas City. Kansas City obviously playing those 2, but the White Sox will have the biggest say in the race. 15 games against those 3 teams. And depending on how the Sox go, that will depend on what the postseason looks like. And hopefully we can put together a winning streak, which means it's going to be very tough on 1, 2, or maybe all 3 of those teams.
Well, one of the biggest compliments that could be paid to our ball club would be you don't want to play the White Sox right now. So we'll be back with the starting lineups after this.
Most live sports. And so as we enter play tonight, the Tigers, since September began, have given up 4 games to the Cleveland Indians. So Jim Leland is back as a skipper after getting booted unceremoniously in the first inning, protecting Miguel Cabrera, who also was thrown out last night in the first inning. But we have a full complement of Tigers facing Eric Johnson tonight. And let's take a look at how Jim Leland is going to line up his Tigers. Austin Jackson leading it off, and then Andy Dirks in the 2 spot with Miguel Cabrera at 3. Prince Fielder hitting cleanup. Victor Martinez, the designated hitter. Don Kelly in right field. Omar Infante, who's been red hot at second base. Alex Avila behind the plate. And Jose Iglesias, the slick fielding shortstop, putting together quite a run with these Tigers. And there's the defense. Now the lineup behind Johnson, Viciedo, Diaza, and Garcia left to right with Gillespie, Ramirez, Beckham, and Konerko. Josh Fegley gets a nod behind the plate, and Eric Johnson on the hill. Johnson, 1 time out against the New York Yankees, gave up 7 hits in 6 innings, 3 earned runs, 5 overall. He walked 3, he fanned 1. That was his major league debut. This is the first time that he will pitch at U.S. Cellular Field. The umpires for the game tonight. Tony Randazzo is behind the plate. Larry Vanover is at first. Manny Gonzalez is at second. And Brian Gorman is at third. So Robin has seen his team win a couple of games in a row. Actually played pretty good baseball here at U.S. Cellular Field. Terrible baseball on the road, but they won 5 of their last 6 here at home, including the opener of this series last night, denying Max Scherzer his 20th win. It's a red-hot night at the ballpark, 90 degrees at game time. The wind very much a factor, blowing out toward left center field. And so they've thrown the ball around the infield, which means we're ready to play baseball. And that means that I'm ready to turn it over to my play-by-play partner, Ken Harrelson.
All right, Stoney, thank you very much. And once again, welcome, everybody. And welcome to White Sox baseball right here over WGN Sports on the U. So happy you could join us for Game 2 of this 3-game set and Game 2 of this 10-game homestand. 3 with these guys, 4 with Cleveland, and 3 with Minnesota. So here's Austin Jackson, the center fielder. Austin comes in hitting at 275, 11 homers and 42 driven in. He was 0 for 4 last evening. And the first pitch of the ball game is taken outside. Outfield shading him around to the right. And the count 2-0. Tigers come in hitting at 285 as a club with a 3.73 ERA. .20 pitch. There's the strike. This is the 15th meeting of the year between these two clubs. In the first 14, we are 6-8 with these guys. Fouls that back, and the count evens at 2. And here at the ballpark, 330 down the left field line, 335 down the right field line, 375 in the gaps, and 400 straightaway center. Two pitch. And it's full. Tigers not a running ball club. 32 stolen bases and 51 attempts.
Jackson and Dirks both have 7 stolen bases, and those are 1 and 2 in the batting order. But that is tops on the ball club.
Payoff pitch. Blackhawk night here at the ballpark. Beautiful scarf given out. There you see. Scarf night when it's 95 degrees. He gone.
Good fastball in a perfect spot. He runs it up there at 95 and throws it right by Jackson.
So here's Dirks. And what a job by Jim Corneliuson.
It was inspiring. I was ready for them to drop the puck.
Or ring the bell. And let's get it on. And also, Stan Mikita, Denny Savard, Tony Esposito in attendance, along with Corey Crawford. Dirks hitting at 260. Can't get it in the count 1-2. Last year, Andy hit .322, 8 homers, and knocked in 35 for the Tigers. And that's by Gillespie for the base hit. Just a late swing and a tough hopper.
Hard to believe he hit that ball on the ground. This fastball is up over his head, and it just eats up Gillespie at third. Take a look at the location. Jeff Fegley wants a high fastball, and he gets one. But Dirks with a nice job of hitting. And if they are going to run, it's going to be with this guy.
Cabrera 353, 43 homers, 133 driven in. And that'll be a pitch that should have been caught, so a pass ball.
Well, unfortunately, it takes him out of a double play situation. I like what Andy Dirks just did. He turned around and took a look at where all the outfielders are. Garcia's almost back on the track in right field. I mean, yeah, I respect the power of this guy, but that's way too deep out there.
Well, he didn't have to worry about going back.
No, he can't go back unless he wants to have dinner with the Bertucci boys. There's the rankings, and they are awesome for Miguel Cabrera.
And the count 1-2.
Two good sliders in the exact same spot. Xfinity pitch tracks. He almost puts a 3 right on top of the 2. Both of them not hittable. That being said, if Cabrera looks out there, there's not a pitch he can't hit.
Outfield. Good pitch, didn't get it.
Well, that's strike 3, and Cabrera caught a tremendous break. Tony Randazzo decided that that one wasn't good enough. It surprised Cabrera, and it had the zone.
So he gets a big break, and usually when that happens, and another close pitch, didn't get it. Usually when that happens, something bad happens. Especially
with this guy.
Great hitters. Payoff pitch with fielder on deck. And that's trouble. And it's 1-0 Detroit.
He would have had him
at
first
he would have had him.
Because, look, Cabrera can do a lot of things right now, but because of all of his leg injuries, he can't run. And Gillespie just threw it away. So it's 1-0. It's another good pitch, and Cabrera looking out there. At least he makes some contact. Now, he's not going to be able to beat this out. E5.
So he picks up his 14th error. And here's fielder. And as I said, when you get a guy struck out and the umpire misses a call, as a rule, something bad happens. So 1 out, runners at the corners. In a play like that, a pitch miss like that can turn the whole ball game around.
Well, it certainly turns the inning around, and then, of course, as has been the case this year, some spotty defense.
That's being nice.
Yes.
Spotty is really nice. It can't get much nicer than spotty.
No, can't get much spottier either.
Victor, the hot one on the club. You saw those numbers in the opening since the All-Star break. Just sensational. But it doesn't surprise anybody in a white uniform.
That's what he's done over the last 63. And seemingly and historically against our ball club, he's hitting in the mid-320s. So it doesn't matter what uniform he's wearing, whether it's Boston, Cleveland, or now Detroit, he's always hit Sox pitching. He can, however, and does frequently ground into double plays. He leads the team in that department with 21 of them. And there's that .325 batting average against our Sox career-wise.
Two curveballs he's hung him. First pitch and then that pitch. Well, in 505 bats, he has 21 homers and 85 knocked in against us, hitting at that .325 mark. This year he's hitting at .423 against us. 22 for 52 with a couple of homers.
It's been absolutely amazing, and he has not only hit the ball hard, but he's swung a magic wand, because when he does make contact, it usually finds a hole.
And that's foul. Yeah, he is definitely barreling it up, squaring it up, hitting it on the money, any of those cliches. One and two. Well, for a youngster coming up, 23 years old, making his second major league start. He had some bad defense in his first major league start at Yankee Stadium. And here he is in the second start against the division leading Tigers. And he's already had some bad defense here.
Yeah, not exactly getting softies for his first couple of starts.
No, well, Robin, that's one thing I love about Robin. That ball hit hard into left field, and that's going to get Cabrera home. And it's a 2-0 Tiger lead. So that one obviously will be unearned.
RBI number 75 for Martinez on that sacrifice fly.
But Robin, if you're called up or you're traded for, you're going to play. And you're going to play right then. Now, obviously, there's circumstances on the late call-ups we had. When you're playing a contending team, you can't. You have to play your veterans, which is the way it should be for the integrity of the race. Kelly? Kelly at 238, 5 homers and 22 driven in. Don is well, they have two all-purpose players. They have Ramon Santiago, an all-purpose infielder, and Kelly, an all-purpose outfielder. Put a good swing on that one, and the count 2-1. Short lead by Prince. And that ball hit very hard, but very foul.
It's a whole lot of work in this first inning for Eric Johnson.
Yeah, and it didn't have to be. That ball hit deep into right field. Avisail is over, makes the nice catch in the corner. But a missed call, an error, and they lead it 2-0.
at the top. Dunn, Canerco, and Garcia in the middle, and Gillespie, Viciedo, who's been red hot, and Fegley rounded out. The defense and other lineup behind Rick Porcello. Dirks, Jackson, and Kelly in the outfield, with Cabrera, Iglesias, and Fontaine Fielder in the infield. Alex Avila behind the plate. And Rick Porcello on the hill. He's 11-8 this year. ERA, it's up there. It's 4 3/4 on for his 27th start. Lifetime against our ball club, he's 8-5. And this year, against our ball club, he's 3-0 with an ERA of 2.36. So Porcello, although not having a great year overall, has had his way with our Sox.
And before we show you our picks to click, you at home select yours. Well, Eric Johnson's having a rude awakening to Major League Baseball. Not from the opposition.
No.
From his own team. That young man has worked in his Major League career now 7 innings. He's given up 7 runs. And of the 7 runs, 5 of them are unearned.
Well, unfortunately, that has been life on the south side of Chicago this season.
All day long. All season long. There's a strike.
Rick Porcello is a sinker baller, and when the sinker is working, he throws a lot of ground balls.
Well, when you got Rick Porcello as your number 5, you're in pretty good shape.
Starting rotation for them has been just outstanding. Last 11 starts for Porcello has been very good.
Infante very quickly underneath. Makes the play. Nice play. 1 out. So with 1 out, let's check out our picks to click tonight. Jim Angio, our director and the crew, well, they went with Connor. Steve's going with Adam Dunn and Maura Foy. Leslie Gaggiano, Elizabeth Vasquez, and we're going to go with Viciedo, Tank. So here's Gordon. Gordon 0 for 2 last night, but he's had good success against the 6'5" right-hander. He's 10 for 23 with a homer. Takes first pitch strike. Breaking ball, and the count 0-2.
Porcello was ticketed to go to the University of North Carolina, but the Tigers decided that they were going to pay him in excess of $7.25 million as a number 1 draft pick.
One of the few number 1 draft picks pitchers out of high school that has worked out.
And he's worked out very well.
Beckham continues his good hitting against Porcello. As a rule, those high school number 1 picks don't work out.
Inside out swing and a fastball right down the middle. Now, when you're looking at the numbers, if you want to play a numbers game for every one of the Dwight Goodens that become stars as high school pitchers, you might waste money on 1,000 of them, maybe more than that. That they never quite become what you think they're going to become, especially the high draft picks out of high school, the high pitching draft picks.
Softly hit. Man, rack them up. After 1, 2 unearned runs lead us 2-0. Unearned runs. As here is Infante. Takes a strike. Breaking ball misses. Infante hitting at .322, 9 homers and 44 knocked in. Terrific addition last year to this ball club. Well, it was not the, as you got a piece of that, it was not the era that led to the 2 unearned runs. Here's what led to the 2 unearned runs. A 1-2 count to Cabrera. And that ball is right there. That should be called a strike 100 out of 100 times. Tony Randazzo was a good umpire, but he just absolutely blew that one. And that led to the 2 unearned runs. Ball hit well in the center field, but we got a man there. So here is Alex Avila back in action. Hitting at .210, 9 homers, 40 knocked in. And once again, he has had one of those seasons where he has been concussed, drilled,
beaten and bruised.
Unbelievable. I talked to him before the game. I just looked at him. He knows what we talk about him. He just looked at me and smiled.
It happens.
I said, "Are you okay? Finally?" He goes, "Yeah."
Go through streaks. He seems to be on a rather long one, however. Taking more foul balls off his mask than any catcher, maybe in both leagues.
Yeah, or maybe all combined. Foul tips in the wrong places. He just shakes it off. He's a .273 hitter against us with 3 homers, 27 RBIs, and a lot of those 27 RBIs really hurt.
Most of it damage coming the way Sox outfield is playing him. Around toward left center.
Yeah. 3-1 to count. No walks.
See that Diaz is over there. The big gap is in right center and down the line in right.
And there's the walk. So, first walk issued by Eric, and that'll bring up Iglesias. Jose hitting at .320. You know, you never know, because obviously we don't know Eric Johnson that well. But when a young man starts off, first of all, it's 2 tough assignments. Okay, Yankees in New York,
tough.
And then division leading Tigers here, leading everybody in hitting at .285 team average. And then all of a sudden you find yourself giving up 7 runs, 5 of them unearned. And Steve, you being a pitcher, and you've seen it as I have, you've seen it where it did bother some kids and it did not bother other kids.
No, and you're at the point where you're thinking about making a good pitch. The rest of it, once it leaves your hand, you can't control it. If your guys field it, well, they do. You hope that they will, but if you make a good pitch, more times than not, it works out well for you. And for Eric Johnson, and this is just his second major league start, I can't believe he's thinking about anything else but making a good pitch on this particular pitch. It certainly helps if your team's only going to give the other team 3 outs in an inning, because especially when you're a youngster, it's tough to pitch your way out of jams in the best of circumstances.
Yeah, well, a lot of times with a missed call by an umpire like that, and then, especially when you're a kid, and then an error, that plate goes from 17 inches to about 10 inches.
Well, there was also a pass ball in that inning, which took him out of a double play situation. And, you know, all those things, they do add up.
Nice pick right there. So they get the lead man. 2 down. That was a nice pick by Gillespie.
Iglesias has been hitting the ball hard. And good pick on the backhand. Good solid throw to second. No chance at all to get Iglesias as Gordon has to get out of the way. It was sliding Avila.
So here's Austin Jackson, struck out leading off last inning. Eric Johnson, I should say. 12-3 in the minor leagues this year with a 1.96 ERA. 5-1 with a 1.5 down at Charlotte. Two and one.
Austin Jackson overall has not had a great year, but he's turning it on at the right time. Over the last 10 games, he's been very good.
Well, you follow him every day as I do, and you notice that every time it seems like Austin Jackson has a good day, they win.
Well, as a table setter, if he's getting on base, those guys behind him are going to drive him home. You got too many run producers behind him not to drive him home.
Full count with 2 out.
Jackson has scored 92 runs this year. Torrey Hunter, who's taking the night off because he's just swinging a bad bat right now, has scored 82 runs, and that's usually 1 and 2 in the batting order.
Two out in the payoff pitch. He gone. So the second strikeout for Eric, but we trail it 2-0.
TV.com and click on the Game Zone banner for updated stats and information. The Game Zone is powered by St. Xavier University. Success with purpose. Log on to sxu.edu to check out undergrad and graduate degree options. Well, I sure do like hamburgers. I could certainly use them without the cheese, however. But they look awfully good. Pack up a dozen and send them up.
He means that, too. Here's first pitch to Adam. Taking for a ball. Adam hitting at 222, 31 homers, 82 driven in.
The reason why this is usually a good matchup for Dunn is that Porcello is a sinker baller, a low ball pitcher. So he has a choice. He can go to his strength, which also is Adam's strength, or try to go away from it to Adam's weakness.
Ball hit very hard. Meanwhile, 1 out. And Sox fans, join us on Saturday, September 14th at 6:10 for halfway to St. Patty's Day and post-game fireworks presented by Miller Lite. Also, the first 20,000 adults aged 21 and over will receive a green White Sox cap. Yeah, my partner can eat some hot dogs and hamburgers.
Well, speaking of that, we have not seen Bobby Bertucci in a bit.
Well, he's probably lounging in the sun someplace on some remote island.
I would think he's probably recovering from yet another shoulder surgery.
No.
Bobby's had a few of those.
Yes, he has. But he's like Alex Avila. He just keeps bouncing back.
It's true.
So here's Paulie at 248, 10 homers, 49 knocked in. Takes a strike.
Ball's been swinging it pretty well lately, so apparently he's been feeling good.
He's going back to what we talked about last night, his routine. Watch his routine. He'll drop the bat on his shoulder, lean back from the waist, and right there, and now get set.
What I like about the recent resurgence is, although he hasn't shown the power quite yet, he's covering the plate very well. A lot of pitchers have tried to get him out outside, some outside off the plate, and with 2 strikes he's still going out hitting that ball into right field.
He got a big hit, maybe the big hit of the ball game last night. 2 out, 2-run single off Scherzer, and there's a nice piece of hitting going right with it. But one of the things too we talk about is routine. All hitters have a routine, and they try to stay with it. Now, some guys will develop a routine for right-handed pitchers. They'll develop another routine for left-handed pitchers. Some guys will even grip the bat different against a right-hander versus a left-hander and vice versa. But it takes time to figure out what those things are and what works for you. But most importantly, what does not work for you.
Well, whatever he's found recently, it's worked out real well. And back from a tooth extraction of Asael Garcia. They didn't extract it. They just canaled the root.
They did that. Good rip. He's faced Porcello 3 times, has a couple of hits against his former mate. And that ball just muscled out there into center field. So 2 down. Well, those root canals, they used to be something. Now they're nothing.
I've never minded a root canal, assuming it was done on somebody else.
Right.
Wasn't particularly happy when it was done on me. But you are right about the difference in dentistry today.
Oh, it's unbelievable.
And dentistry, well, when you and I used to go 60, 70 years ago.
I've got a dentist down in Granger, Dr. Brennan. Absolutely zero pain, whatever the procedure is going to be. Zero pain. Zero. Even with the needles, everything. Zero pain.
How much gas does it take to get down there?
He means that, too. He's trying to weigh that gas bill against the cost of the procedure.
Can I get down there on what? $1.50 worth of gas?
That ball is fair down the line by Gillespie. So Paulie going to be held up at third as they get it back in. And with 2 out, Ducks on the pond. That is 13th double for Connor.
Connor hit the daylights out of this one. Looked like an off-speed pitch. He tried for not necessarily a straight change, but close to it, taking it right by fielder who had no chance to get it. And Kelly gets it back in before Paul can think about scoring. So a base hit here, and we've got ourselves a brand new game.
And here's Tank. He was 2 for 4 with an RBI last night. 6 for 20 lifetime against Porcello with a homer. And a bullet caught, saves 2 runs. And we'll go the third trailing 2-0. Joining us is Hall of Famer Tony Esposito, 16 years with the Blackhawks, going in the Hall of Fame in '88. Welcome, buddy.
Thank you, Hawk. It's nice to see you again. It's been a few years since I saw you.
Boy, you look
too,
sharp.
Steve.
Nice to see you, Tony.
Been a while, but we're good. We're getting along well.
Tony, what a season the Hawks had this year, huh?
Yeah, it's you guys have been in pro sports a long time, and it's great to have a wonderful season like that. And you have your ups and downs, as you know, like you guys are struggling a little bit now, but it all comes around, and when you get it, you better enjoy it. Because it doesn't come around that often.
And it's so tough to repeat.
Oh, yeah.
Just so tough.
Everybody's gunning for you.
Yeah.
Everybody's trying to steal your players.
Oh, for sure. There's a bouncer, and Eric is right where he should be, so Dirks is retired. Well, I came up in a golden era of hockey, so to speak, in the 60s and 70s in Boston. And, of course, Phil was there.
You had Phil Sanderson, your buddy.
Derek, Bobby,
Orr, yeah.
And then they had Johnny Pye, McKenzie, and Teddy Green, Busick. Chief was there. I tell you, that was fun to watch. And all of a sudden, here, the last, 30 years I've been in here, and now I got the Blackhawks, so I get the best of both worlds.
Well, that's good. But you were quite a ball player, and so are you, Steve. You've pitched a great pitcher, and Hawk, you were a great ball player and a lot of fun to be around.
Well, we have some fun, as you know. The cultures of the games have changed a little bit, though.
Well, yeah, everybody's a little more serious and a little more dedicated.
How much more difficult is it? Because in hockey, it seems to me like they take the intensity during the playoffs and kick it up at least 25%. In baseball, the baseball playoffs are very similar to the season, especially as you're going down in September to get there. But in hockey, it seems to me that when the playoffs come, these guys, they finish every check. It just seems much more intense. Did it feel that way out on the ice to you?
Yes, it does, because we look at it this way. We work all year to get that good home ice advantage. And then when the playoffs come, it's like we consider it like a mini season. And everybody ratchets it up or you don't play, and that's how it is.
I did a hockey game. I did the Bruins up in Montreal. Freddie Cusick was one of the announcers.
No, I remember Freddie.
Sure, and he got sick, so I went up there. And you remember the old forum up there in Montreal where you just had to, you look down, the only thing you can see was the head and the numbers. There's 18 over the 32 to 47, one of those things. But what I had enjoyed about it was the culture of the hockey players. It's amazing how they could get out there and play that hard, put 30 stitches in their face, go back inside, have the 30 stitches, and then come back outside and get back on the ice.
Well, when you grow up with that sort of culture, and also we always worried about losing our jobs, so we didn't want to miss too much time. It's a little different today. It's like that in all sports. It's a little different.
How important are those guys in front of you, the defensemen that clean out the net so you can actually see the puck come?
Well, it's the important thing in the game, Steve, is the first shot is the goaltender's problem. It's the rebounds that kill you. And when you got a good defense like we have now, we don't give up a lot of rebounds. We're only giving up 18, 19 shots a game. So if we can continue to do that, we will continue to win.
Well, one of the best in the business who ever played the game was your brother at that. Boy, he got
tremendous.
Those rebounds, and he could put them in there. It was just fun to watch.
My brother was a big, strong guy.
I was going to say, you couldn't move him out.
That's right, Steve. Yeah.
That's right. Once he got in there, he was there.
And the thing is that made him great was he had the wonderful hands, the finesse, around the net. And there it goes.
And it is 3-0. Chris Fielder cracking out his 23rd, his 98th RBI. Yeah, but Tony, you're so right. When you have a season like we're having this year, coming off a year last year when nobody expected us to do anything, and on September 24th we had a lead over these guys, and then we just spit it out. And they came on and beat us by 3. But we were expecting better things this year, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, we have this kind of a year. It's just, you're right.
You can't explain it.
You can't explain it.
There's no way, Steve. You know that. And,
no.
And what you do is you sort of, terrible thing to say, but you got to write the year off and get them back to training camp with a whole new idea. We're going to, we won with some of these guys before. Maybe we need a few changes, but you can't just have changed that much in a matter of 6 months.
Right. As here's Martinez. Well, it's funny how the Blackhawk organization, too. I think it was 7 years ago, the Blackhawk organization was voted the worst sports franchise in all of sports.
I agree.
Okay? This year, they were voted the greatest turnaround in the history of sports as an organization.
Well, what happened? You know what happened. I mean,
Yeah.
Mr. Wirtz died, and he was a dear friend of mine, but, he was older, and Rocky Rocky came in and had new younger ideas, and he put his money where his mouth is, and he spent a ton of money to reorganize and hire the right personnel in the right positions, like our president, John McDonough, who you know well.
Yeah.
And then Jay Blunt, those two came in and started to run the marketing part of it and develop it. And then we got good hockey people, ex-players and that to get the scouting and all that, and just changed it completely, and it's paying off.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I can't remember a more fun season. And it started on game 1 this year with the Blackhawks, and it finished on the last game of the season.
That last game was really fun. You know, they were Boston's, they were all banging their chests out. We got game 7 lined up, and within 1 minute, wasn't that fun?
It was just an unbelievable ending, maybe as dramatic an ending as we'll see ever in hockey.
Well, I'll tell you what, that was a heck of a ball club, that hockey team, that Boston team.
Yeah, they were tremendous. And the thing with our team is they never quit, and they always believe they can win right up to the end. And that's what they do. How many games you won in the third period?
Yeah. Coach Q, I'll tell you, he's something.
He's a very steadying influence on the players.
Who was the single best, if you can answer this, is very tough because you played so long against so many great players. Who was the best you ever saw, played with, or against in your career?
Well, I have to say, when I first came into the league, I played against Gordie Howe for a few years. He was tremendous in that era. And then Bobby Orr come along, as you know, and then Gretzky. I played against him for 4 or 5 years in the 80s, and he was absolutely tremendous. And I got to throw my brother in there because he was scary.
Sure.
He was getting all those points, winning scoring championships. So those guys were really, to me, the few. You can't pick one, I don't think.
Well, you mentioned.
Can you pick one in baseball?
As greatest player ever?
Yeah.
Really hard to do that.
Can't do it. Can't do it. You got to go, the different eras or different cultures.
Like Gordie Howe in that era.
That's right.
And you had, your different eras.
Sure.
Well, you talk. I mean, the guys you mentioned, most of the guys were pretty big guys, except for Gretzky. I stood next to Wayne Gretzky, talked with him, I looked at him, and it was impossible for me to believe that he was able to do what he was able to do on the ice at his size.
Well, he's not a physical player, though. He was just a beautiful
but he had
player.
Speed.
Yeah.
Speed and cunning. And he had a great staff around him, like Mark Messier and all those guys. He probably got 8 or 9 Hall of Fame guys who played on the same team with him.
That's true.
So that doesn't hurt, does it?
3-1 to count. But, there's ball 4, so that is the second walk issued by Eric. The thing, you just hit it on the head, though. When you're talking about, for an example, a lot of pitchers say, Hawk, who was the best pitcher you ever faced? Well, you can't just say best pitcher. You got to categorize them. You got to say what era, or right-handed, left-handed, starter, reliever,
right,
whatever it may be. You got to put it in definitive terms. And I think the same thing holds true in any sport. But hockey, to me, there's nothing like playoff hockey. There's nothing, because you just hit it on the head. You looked at it was like another mini season, so to speak.
Yes, it is. And as Steve said, everybody turns it up a notch. And if you're not playing in the playoffs, the other guys are looking at you like they're ready to. They got rabies. They're coming after you.
You can't possibly play during the season.
Yeah.
With the intensity that you're playing in the playoffs, because nobody would be healthy enough to play the playoffs if you did that.
Yeah, you'd have so many guys on the injured reserve.
Yeah.
You'd have to have a minor league team in there for crying out loud.
So 1 in on the homer by Fielder, 2 out, 2 on. And here's Infante, who went out deep to center field. And there's a shot knocked down, picked up, and throws him out. Gets him. Now the ball is dropped. So the inning continues, and this is where this year is inexplicable, because last year we were the best defensive team in baseball. This year we're the worst defensive team in baseball. Now how do you go from there?
Well, that says it all.
Yeah.
You can't win if you're bad bad defensively. You can't. In our sport, you can't. And so that's a shame, And I really like the Sox, and the Sox and the Cubbies. I love them. I grew up with them,
Sure.
all these years, and And I'm a Chicago fan, and I like the Bears and the Hawks. And I go to, I just follow them still.
Well,
it's tough to follow this year. I mean, I'm not going to lie to you.
Yeah, it is. It's tough to talk about it, too.
Well, you guys got to do it every day, and
Yeah.
you guys do a wonderful job, and you got to be enthusiastic. And, you just hope next year start training camp fresh, guys.
That's it. Robert and I were talking about it for the game. We're both excited about going to spring training next year. A couple of moves here, a couple of moves there, and poof, you're right back where you should be.
Where do you guys train?
Out in right outside of Scottsdale, out in Glendale.
Bring those clubs.
How's your game?
I don't really play anymore.
You don't?
I'm more into boating and stuff.
And there's a base hit. So that's going to score a couple of more, and all of a sudden, Eric Johnson, our rookie, cannot get any help from his defense. More unearned runs across the plate. Well, Tony, thanks for stopping by, buddy.
I feel sorry for the poor
I do
pitcher
too.
tonight.
He's a good kid.
Yeah.
You look great, buddy.
Thank
it's great
you,
to see
Hawk.
you again.
It's a pleasure. And Steve.
Tony, good to see you.
My close friend Bob Verdi says hello.
Well, you have to tell him hi and tell him we've been threatening that he's going to take me golfing now. I think it's going on 20 years, so tell him I'm ready.
Okay.
Yeah, tell him ditto from me, too. It's been about 20 years, same way.
Thank you.
All right, Tony Esposito, Hall of Famer. Yeah, what a guy. But right here, 5-0. With 4 of the 5 runs unearned. This is getting to be unbelievable.
It's impossible to keep opening the door against good teams and think you're going to get away with it. And with Detroit, the leading offense in the league, you open the door, they're going to make it tough on you.
We had 2 unearned runs that they got in the first, 3 unearned runs. Check that, 2 of the 3 here in the third, and they lead at 5-0. TV.com, sponsored by Jeff Vukovich, your local nationwide insurance agent serving the area for 34 years. So to join the nation, visit jeffvuk.com. Nationwide is on your side. Well, Tony looks great.
He looks terrific, and what a player.
Oh, yeah. But
what
you know,
a hockey family.
He said something there that is so true. And for people outside of the world, so to speak, of Chicago and Boston, you got to put his brother in the great player category.
There's no doubt about it.
Phil was just once he got in front of that net, you couldn't move him. Big, strong.
And he said the thing that was interesting, because he was so big and so strong, but in watching him play, and I was a big hockey fan growing up, watching him play, what stood out was when he got a rebound, his hands were magnificent. He could put it literally through a teacup.
Yeah.
And it didn't matter where the goalie was or what if he got the stick down, got the gloves down, whatever the case may be, if he was standing up, he would just find that little bitty crease. And
he instinctively knew where it was.
Yeah.
He didn't look for it. He knew where it was before he put the puck on the stick. Begley, 1 for 3 with an RBI last night. Josh hitting at .211. 4 homers, 20 knocked in. You got a hanger, and he hits it hard for a base hit.
This one right up in his eyes. A hanging breaking ball. He's able to settle that foot down, keep his hands back, and a promising way to start the third inning.
So here's Diaz. Bottom of the 7th in Baltimore. Big game there. Orioles leading the Yankees 4-3. Yankees were leading 1-0. Then 4 runs by the Birds in the bottom of the 5th. Highlighted 2-run homer by Chris Davis, his 49th. Reynolds has homered for the Yankees, number 18. Soriano, number 31.
It'll be interesting to see if Gausman can get the job done for them.
Left field. Can of corn. 1 out.
Because he was their number 1 pick last year, and Buck Showalter was raving about him in Baltimore.
Well, Buck's pretty good judge of talent.
Right now he's working out of the bullpen, but they view him as a top of the rotation type of starter.
Kansas City leading Cleveland 4-1, top of the 7th. That pitch almost got him. That game in Cleveland. Count evens at 1 to Beckham. Gordon, who singled into right field. That ball hit hard but foul. Nice gap out there in left center if he can find it.
Kelly gave it the long run, but Gordon has another life.
Two and two the count. First and 30, Gordon. Got a nice crowd on hand. Blackhawk night here at the ballpark. Everybody got, well, the first 20,000 got beautiful Blackhawk and Sox scarf. Well, they're playing him to hit the ball to the right side.
And you don't want to throw him inside changeups.
You got to change up.
That's completely away from the defense. So it's one thing to come up with a game plan. It's another thing to defend that game plan. And it's a third thing to go away from it and pitch away from your defense. That usually costs you a couple bases.
And that's trouble. Blaze just guns it over. Boy, he's got a good arm. Two down. And you can watch the game in luxury from behind home plate in the Gold Coast Tickets Club here at US Cellular Field. Gold Coast Tickets, you got a guy. And that's Sharon. All the great folks at Gold Coast Tickets. So Fegley in scoring position with two out, and here's Alexei, who went into a 4-6-3 double play. Takes it right there.
Odds of catching Detroit as far as the division is concerned are very slim for Cleveland first, almost non-existent for Kansas City. That being said, that wild card is still very much up in the air, especially with Tampa Bay losing to Boston 2-0 in the top of the seventh.
Well, as we saw last year, anything can happen. We had a 3-game lead in September. As you look at the wild card standings, there you see Baltimore, game and a half back, tied with Cleveland. And then in the space of, I think it was 5 days, we lost the 3-game lead. Tigers have a 4.5-game lead over Cleveland. Looks like they're going to lose tonight with that bullpen Kansas City's got.
And especially with a 4-run lead, it's pretty tough to come back against that pen. Kansas City doesn't fancy themselves out of it, but
no, they're not.
They have a huge uphill climb.
Yeah, but they're not. I think the Rockies a few years ago, that was the most unbelievable thing. What, they win 21 out of 22 games, the last 22.
One of the great stretch runs in the history of the game.
Oh, yeah. Chops that foul. Then in 06, what the Cardinals win? They won 83 games that year.
Well, they won 83 and then went into the playoffs. And that, you know, if you take a look historically at the best team every year, judged by the most wins in all of baseball, very rarely does that team win the World Series. They
now,
might
who
be,
you play is when you play them.
That might be the best team. Look at Seattle's 116 win team. They didn't win. Cleveland had the record before them at 111 wins, 1954. As that one gets away, that Indian team went to the World Series against the Giants, and they got swept. And they won 111 games of 154.
Yeah, the Giants, Dusty Rhodes and that crew.
Beat
Put
him
a 4-0.
Beat him 4 straight.
Five, 5-0. By the Tigers, no runs, 4 hits, and 2 errors. 4 of the 5, if you're just tuning in, Tiger runs are unearned. As Alexei goes down, we get a leadoff single, and we still trail at 5-0. Start. First one was against the Yankees 5 days ago in Yankee Stadium. And he's been battling tonight. He's been battling the Tigers. Bad call by an umpire and defense by his own players.
And right now he's battling a very high pitch count.
Well,
not much you can do when you can make some pitches that usually get people out, and you're not getting them out.
That's why the errors today are more exaggerated than they've ever been. Long way for Esposito. And that's a fair ball. So it's a ground rule double, says Larry Vanover. That's the 27th two-bagger for Austin Jackson.
First contact of the night. And it's a spot where our pitchers have been getting him out all series, low and away. Garcia cannot get to it. About 3-4 inches fair and 1 hop out of the yard.
Well, that's the kind of luck that Eric's been having. 3 or 4 inches.
Yep.
As here's Dirks. Little shank right there. He is single scored and grounded out 3-1. Second of this 3-game set and second of this 10-game homestand. We will conclude this series tomorrow.
And the Tribe, I believe, will come to town
for 4 days. And then followed by Minnesota. That game tomorrow night. A night getaway day, a getaway game, I should say, for Detroit. And Detroit will go home, where they will have a 10-game homestand. 3 with Kansas City, 4 with Seattle, and 3 with us.
David Percy loosening up in the pen. As here we are in the 4th inning, and Eric is already over the 80 pitch mark.
Two and two. And that breaking ball fouled away. Well, last year he had 93 innings. He's up over 150 right now for the season.
Well, we saw that last year with a lot of our young pitchers going into the deep waters well beyond where they had been. It didn't pay the greatest dividends last year for them, but it paid great dividends this year for those same guys. And the same thing will probably hold true with Eric Johnson.
And that's a souvenir left side. Big game for Cincinnati. Cubs shutting them out. 6-0. That's in the bottom of the 5th. He gone. 1 out.
He went to the curveball, and it was a good one. And in a protracted at bat, Dirk's down on strikes.
3rd strikeout for Eric. And here's Cabrera. He's 0 for 2 with a run scored. Reached on an error. Takes first pitch strike. Talking with some Tiger people prior to the game yesterday, and they said that Miguel's just been struggling at the plate lately. Meanwhile, he comes in hitting at .353.
It's nice to struggle at those numbers. That being said, they've got to have him at the top of his game. And he's had a whole lot of lower body injuries, as you would describe them in hockey.
Eric on top of ball and 2 strikes. Well, just against us, we've seen him enough to whereas normal guy would not be playing. And he has chosen to play.
Now, especially with that injury, which he got against us, and he swings and misses a good slider outside.
So 2 out, and that'll bring up Fielder. Prince is 2 for 2. Sharp single, and then last inning picked up his 2nd hit. Outfield straight up. And here was his 2nd hit last inning.
Line drive rocket. Right at the Bertucci boys.
And that's right back to the middle. So Austin Jackson's going to score, and it's a 6-0 ball game.
This one just missed Manny Gonzalez. Manny is the umpire out at second base. Now take a look at Manny. The bat breaks, and he has to get down. He was taking a look at the head of that bat and realized that that ball was coming right at him. So RBI number 99 for the big man at first.
Well, that was a rocket back through the middle, and that bat just exploded. So he hit it right on the money, and that maple just came apart. But here's the hot hand on this club right now. Victor Martinez, a sacrifice fly and a single. Last inning and a run scored. That'll be a wild pitch.
This one down and in. Gets by Fegley.
And if you're just joining us, of the 6 runs, only 2 of them are earned. Three and 0. This is a go around to get to Kelly.
Can't blame him.
No, kidding me.
Still have to be careful here. You know he's got the 3-0 green light.
So there's the walk. And here comes Robin. Well, last year we gave up, for the whole season, the lowest amount of earned runs in Major League Baseball. That was 34.
Yep.
This year, with 18 left to go this season, we have given up 69. So the young man had some bad luck once again with the bad defense. He departs, and we'll be back.
Johnson goes 3 2/3, and Percy at 1-1. The ERA 1.37 on for the 22nd time. He inherits Tigers at first and second with 2 outs here in the 4th. And so far, it's all Detroit.
With a little help from our guys. Here's Kelly going out deep to right. Garcia made a nice catch. Then he walked and scored last inning. First ball, Hunting pops it up, stay in here. Coming back. So 1 pitch. And that'll do it. But they put 1 on the board. They lead at 6-0. Are unearned tonight, as we also are getting some hockey fundamentals up on our fundamentals deck. Hey, look at this. It's just pouring it. You ever try to shoot the puck?
Yes, I played as a youngster. We didn't really have the shin guards in those days. I remember getting hit in the knee.
Well, you got to move around a little bit, you know.
No, we took turns being a goalie, and I had a rebound slap back at me. That didn't feel too good. It was fun though. And that one was
no rebound on that one.
That was a touch outside.
High and wide.
Safe to say that curveball got away from him.
Adam grounded out hard to second base. And the count 1-2 with Konerko on deck. Well, Baltimore was leading 4-1. It is now 7-4 Yankees going to the bottom of the 8th inning. Youngster Gausman got lit up.
Well, the Yankees have had their pitching problems, and they've been well chronicled, but lately they haven't had a lot of problems scoring runs. They just have had their problems holding down anybody.
One out. It's just the second strikeout for Porcello. And Sox fans, tell us what you think and win an autographed White Sox jersey in the process. Visit whitesox.com/survey during tonight's game and provide us your feedback. You might just want an autographed Gordon Beckham jersey. Paulie is 1 for 1, a single into right field. There's a strike. I remember the first time that I went over to the Garden, Boston Garden, with Sanderson and Orr. I couldn't get the puck off the ice. I couldn't get it airborne. And I was hitting it fat. I was swinging as hard as I could.
They didn't have the curved stick then, did they?
No. I mean, I just couldn't get it airborne. And I couldn't stop. So when they got me going fast, from one end to the other.
Yeah, that lack of stoppage is a real problem.
Yeah, I just hit that wall going. They don't have many down in Savannah. There's a shot back through the middle. So Paulie is 2 for 2. But on the other side of that page now, neither Bobby or Turk could hit the curveball either.
That's true.
So here's Garcia. There's a eel, one out to center field. Seal coming off a root canal yesterday. And I want to send a big shout out to Al and Ann Lerner. Big Sox fans watching in. And the count 0-2. And you can stick that one in your pocket.
At that point, no real reason to pick up the baseball because you're not going to get Paulie at second. You certainly can't even think about getting Garcia at first. Maybe it hits something and bounds foul, but that was a perfect swinging bunt.
He's going to have a few of those in his career. Few infield hits.
Well, they're going to have to play him deep. And if he doesn't get a whole lot of them, he's going to beat a few of them out.
And there's a base hit. Paulie read that perfectly. Now the ball was bobbled. So Abbasi goes into third. We get on the board.
I would think that's going to be an RBI on the second hit for Gillespie, and then it's probably going to be an error allowing Garcia to go to third. It is single, run batted in, E9. So 2 for 2 for Connor. And Kelly having some problems with this one. Putting runners at the corners, only one out.
Tank, last time up with ducks on the pond, 2 out, hit a bullet right back that hit the glove and stuck of Rick Porcello.
At the time, it's a 2-2 game if that ball gets by him, because there was no chance of anybody but Porcello getting it.
Long set. And want to take a moment to wish a very happy birthday to the mayor, Mean Joe Grube. Been with us an awful long time, and hopefully an awful long time in the future. Happy birthday, Mayor.
He's old.
He doesn't look it, though, you know.
No, he looks older.
He needs a little rest. And if you're just getting home, tuning in, they lead us 6-1, with 4 of the 6 being unearned. And that's foul down at the plate. So the count hangs at 1-2. Cleveland trying to come back. Top of the 8th at Progressive Field, trailing Kansas City 5-3.
Last 15, Vicieto has been swinging the bat real well and was robbed of a hit first time up.
Nice pick by Avila. So 2-2.
It's kind of nice to get into middle relief in this Tiger pen. Get Porcello, who's been close to untouchable against our ball club this year. Get him out of there.
Two down. There's Josh.
Yeah, pitch count not high so far.
Josh got a hanging curveball, hit it hard for a single into left center. And that ball hit hard, but foul. Almost got Avisail.
He was coming down the line, and then at the last instant had to skip the rope.
Oh, and 2 the count.
Former teammates.
Big Miggy and Little Miggy. I think Little Miggy is bigger than Big Miggy, though.
Give him a couple years and he will be, certainly. Looks like he might be a touch taller now.
He's a big man.
Ooh.
Force over to second, so we have a chance to do some damage. Can't do it, but we do get 1. It'll be the lower third of their order. Infante, Avila, and Iglesias. Omar's gone out deep to center and reached on an error. We have a couple of those. We now have 106 on the season. Last year we had 70 all year. Takes ball one. And also, if you're just tuning in, Eric Johnson is now in his major league career 2 starts, has worked 9 2/3 innings, given up 11 runs, and of the 11, 7 of them are unearned.
Well, you can only control making the good pitches. After that, you have to have a little help from your friends.
We got a few of the guys on our staff this year. If they didn't have any bad luck, they wouldn't have any luck at all. Chris Sale, Quintana, Eric. Has a little can of corn into center. Sox fans, on Thursday, September 12th, our Sox will host House Music Night featuring DJs at various locations outside the ballpark during both pregame and postgame festivities. So don't miss America's #1 DJ and Chicago native, Cascade. Cascade. So visit whitesox.com/house to purchase tickets.
Reporters were talking to Robin before the game today about Chris Sale and the possibility of perhaps a Cy Young Award. And when you look at his record, you'd say, well, obviously there's no chance at that. And then you look at the rest of the numbers and you start saying, well, now wait a second. 2.90 ERA, pretty good. 41 walks, 207 strikeouts, very good. League hitting .223 against him, excellent. Going to have an uphill battle, but if he can put together a few more wins, depending on what the leaders do the final 2 or 3 starts, you never know.
Well, Felix did it a few years ago.
He did it, I believe, 14-12 that year, but the rest of the numbers were overwhelming.
Yeah. Two balls and a strike to Avila. Alex has walked and has an RBI single. And that's going to be a base hit. Just muscles that one out there into the McCarty at the park sign. So the double.
That fastball down on the inner portion of the plate, and Avila, who doesn't pull the ball all that often, been on base all 3 times tonight.
Picks up his 12th two-bagger. Iglesias is 0 for 2. To another count.
Ramon Troncoso loosening up on the pen.
And there's a strike. One out, 2-1 the count. Avila at second. another strike to even the count.
Things are going pretty well for Iglesias these days. Trying to extend that 8-game hitting streak.
Good looking young player.
Certainly gives them a different dimension, especially with Cabrera at third not being 100%. Iglesias is able to cover up that hole that Peralta could not get to. Now when they have a double play, and Peralta was sure-handed, don't get me wrong in that respect, but he couldn't come close to doing what Iglesias can do defensively.
Well, Johnny was having a good year.
He
only had like 5 errors and hitting.
Very good year.
Driving in some runs. So, but again, this was a CYA move, and I say that complimentary by the Tigers, and they did cover. They're behind.
Had a chance today to talk with longtime Philly scout Gordon Lakey, and he mentioned something about that particular trade that was one of the better trades for all the teams concerned at a critical time of the year. And he said, look, right-handed power hitter is at a premium. You can hardly get it. Starting pitching, obviously at a premium, especially those guys with postseason experience and big game experience. And a middle infielder who's as sure-handed as Iglesias and who's turned out to be quite a hitter is something that's hard to find. Along with catching, he said it's the 4 things you really need.
So that's out number 2.
So he said, so with that deal, with each and every team getting just exactly what they needed, the Sox building for their future needed the right-hand power hitter. They got it in Garcia. Detroit had to cover themselves at shortstop knowing Peralta was going to be suspended. They did with Iglesias, and Boston got exactly what they needed. A starting pitcher, top of the rotation type guy who could pitch in big games and not be affected by him. And so you usually don't see a 3-team deal where each team gets exactly what they need at any one given point, but that's exactly what happened.
It's unusual.
Yeah.
And I'll say one thing about he was Gordon. Gordon's one of the better scouts in baseball anyway.
Terrific.
And it absolutely, as he said, fit the bill. Tigers did not want to give up Avisaíl Garcia.
Nope. And probably wouldn't have, but for an extenuating situation that you couldn't have foreseen when the season started.
Well, that suspension is going to help us in the long run as he throws that one away, and another run's going to score. So the second error, that's the 15th error now by Gillespie.
Pretty unbelievable as Connor, who had a really good start defensively to this season, suddenly cannot get the ball across to first base.
So here's Dirks. Yeah, Connor's first 3 months of the season defensively were very, very adequate. Very adequate.
Well, we were kind of amazed that he played as well defensively as he did.
Yeah. And that's going to be caught. But another unearned run. 5 of the 7 are unearned. And we trail it 7-1 with 5 of the 7 being unearned. It's the top of the order. De Aza, Beckham, and Ramirez. Seven, 8, and 1 for them. 1-7 and a big 3 for us. First pitch strike. De Aza has gotten it out to second and finally made a nice play on him. And he also has gone out to left. Prince will take it himself. Sox fans, you can join us on Saturday, September 28th for Craft Beer Night presented by Miller Coors. A limited number of tickets are available for this event where you can sample a variety of domestic and imported beers from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. So purchase tickets today by visiting whitesox.com/craft or calling 866-SOX-GAME.
That last pitch was probably the best changeup that Porcello's thrown tonight. Perfect delivery, perfect location, and he got the ground ball he was looking for.
He got away with one right there. Two down.
That changeup was not where he wanted it. Same velocity as the one to De Aza, but he got it over the inner portion. If Gordon's swinging well, this is out of the park because it's just sitting there like a piñata. Unfortunately, he got under it.
Alexei has hit into a 4-6-3 double play and struck out. Takes strike one. Off the end of the bat. And that didn't take long. So we have concluded 5 and we trail it by 6.
So Leesman, ERA 193. Opponent's batting average 206, which is good. The walks, not so good. And he will be greeted by the heart of a very potent Tiger order: Cabrera, Fielder, and Martinez.
Here it is, Charlie.
Go get him.
Cabrera 0 for 3 tonight, but reached on an error and scored. In the right field. And caught by Little Miggy.
That one just missed going out of the ballpark.
Yes, it did. Meanwhile, grab some bench for out number 1.
In Detroit, this is number 44. Not here. As Garcia goes up and makes the play.
So here is Prince. He's 3 for 3 with a homer. And that home run did not take long to leave the park.
Got to give Tony Esposito some credit, because he was up here at the time and he called a home run when that pitch left the bat.
Hall of Famer Tony Esposito, 16 years with the Blackhawks. Looks terrific, knock on wood.
I know he loves to come to Chicago, and why not?
And he still holds the single season shutout record with 15.
Well, in baseball, had he played in this era, they'd have taken him out in the third period.
No. He would have been a left-handed pitcher if he'd played in this era. If he'd played in this game. There's a ball is going foul. Those goalies are very, very similar to left-handed pitchers.
But they would have never allowed him to stay in for the shutout. 15 shutouts in 1 year. Wow.
Prince with a 2-2 count. And that's just over the head of Gillespie. So he's 4 for 4. A little Q Massey shot right there.
Well, on a night where he's moved within 1 of 100 runs batted in, he gets his curveball off the end of the bat and gets just enough of it to ease it over the head of Gillespie.
Well, he's entitled, because that'll make up for one of those line shots he's hit right to the first or second baseman or the right fielder.
Yeah, but he didn't hit him off Charlie, so.
No. Charlie could care less. He got him.
He got him is right.
Victor, 1 for 1. A sacrifice fly, a single, and a run scored, and a walk. Top of the 9th in Baltimore, 7-5 Yankees. Can't get that one. Can't get that one. So 2-2. Little two-hopper, and rack him up. So Leesman gets out of it, and we go to the bottom of 6, trailing by 6.
He's done over the last 23 games, hitting .345 with a couple of homers, 13 driven in, 4 doubles, and he scored 12. He came over from Detroit on July 30th, recalled from Charlotte on August 9th, and he's done a whale of a job, and that's brought to you by Xfinity Home. Get peace of mind with Xfinity Home, the total home security and home control solution that keeps you more connected to what matters most.
First pitch to Adam Dunn. Taken for a strike. Adam. 0 for 2. Ground out to second, a hard ground out, and then a strikeout. Porcello just breezing along, giving up to 1 run. That was in the 4th. Last time out, though, on September 4th against the Red Sox, he went 5 innings, giving up 9 runs, 8 earned. High pop up. Dirks, 1 out. But not tonight. And you can stay connected to our Sox all season long. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter and Instagram, pin us on Pinterest, add us to your circle on Google+, and reblog our unique Tumblr content. So visit whitesox.com/connect. Here's Paulie. Paulie's 2 for 2 and has scored our only tally. He went. Paulie now 13 for 35 with a homer against Porcello. Well, Porcello's been around a long time, and he's just 24 years old.
Pretty amazing, but he spent only 24 games in the minor leagues, and then they decided that his stuff was good enough that they would bring him up. And he hasn't suffered the ill effects of it. Sometimes you rush a guy up and he gets depressed. He gets hit hard. He struggles. He never quite comes back from it. I.e. David Clyde with the Texas Rangers many years back.
Scott Ruffcorn with our White Sox. That game against Cleveland.
But Porcello, a different type of character. So he came up after just 24 games at Lakeland in 2008, 2009 in his rookie season. He went 14-9, 31 starts, kept taking the ball. Pretty good rookie year. He's tied that once, that coming in 2011.
Close pitch, he did not get it. Get yourself another knock. Have a good night at the plate. Nope. Gracious. Knew who was running. Took his time. 2 down.
Well, the funny part about that was he went in the hole and he did it pretty quickly. He was setting up, and then all of a sudden when he caught the ball, he realized it was falling. And then he said, okay, I'll just take my time and not pour it over. Now watch. He goes in the hole. He's doing it pretty quickly. And he gets it. He's ready to throw, and then, it's Paulie. That's right. So he gets it across in plenty of time.
So here's Garcia. He's 1 for 2. Had a swinging bunt single. Takes it one away.
There's different schools of thought. What is your philosophy on, let's say Detroit gets hot, they wound up running away with the division, go into the playoffs with able to align their starting rotation and have it pretty well in hand.
You're talking about the perfect world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's other teams that are going to play their way into the playoffs. And let's say that team that comes out of the one and done game, where they then will play a division champion. Is there an advantage to either side?
Stevie, we discussed this, I think it was a couple of years ago. I am a firm believer with momentum. As that is caught, we'll continue with that when we return, but we're into the 7th, trailing 7-1. Don Kelly, Omar Infante, and Alex Avila here in the top of the 7th inning in a 7-1 Tiger lead as Kelly takes first pitch strike. Well, getting back to that, I'm a firm believer in momentum. Now, if you're going to play a team after that one and done, so to speak, if you're going to play a team that's just beating your brains out all season long, that's a different story. But I believe in momentum, especially in the playoffs. So we've seen it happen too often. And we've seen occasionally, not a lot, but we've seen occasion when a team did what you're saying in the perfect world, wrapped it up, had plenty of time to get the rotation the way they wanted it, and just were flat. Now, that's my story. What's yours?
Well, we'll tell the folks that Miguel Gonzalez has come in, rated the #1 defensive catcher in our organization. Ideally, I would like to not win it too early. In other words, I don't want to win it by 12 games and then sit back and play some meaningless games as we head down the stretch. But I'm thinking, as Gillespie misses one, now we'll see what it's officially scored. Tried to make his own hop, and it goes E5. It's right at him, and by not getting in front, he's not able to knock it down. So that being said, I would rather win by, let's say, 4 games, maybe 5 games, wrap it up in the last week, get my starting pitchers ready to go, give them an outing maybe where there's no pressure, let them throw 4 or 5 innings, and then get ready for the playoffs. That would be a perfect scenario, but very rarely happens that way.
Yeah, it's the age-old. The question we're talking about right now is like the chicken or the egg.
Yeah. It depends on how well your team does in a given year with each scenario. Some teams play their way in, and all of a sudden they get red hot, like you were talking about that Cardinal team that won 83 games and won the World Series.
Well, they got a lot of help in that series from the Tigers. Pitchers.
Well, they did. Pitchers didn't field very well in that series.
Not. That's probably the worst defensive World Series. Yeah, they almost took him off, but rack him up. 2 down. So Charlie throws the double play ball, bails out corner. And here is Alex Avila, who has walked, knocked in a run with a single. He's doubled and scored. So he's 3 for 3. And that'll bring up Iglesias. Jose, he's 0 for 3. 5-4 fielder's choice. Ground out to first. And a 5-3 put out.
There's only been 1 hit by a right-hand hitter, and that was Jackson's double in the 4th.
(7-1) Tigers with only 2 earned runs.
That big 4 in the last column.
Yes.
Jumps right out at you.
And that's one of those nights for Connor. As they're going to hold. Now they're going to have a shot, but so it was a little high. So the double by Iglesias.
Iglesias hits this ball awfully hard. It's a changeup. It's out away. He's able to wait back and take it right by Connor. one of those nights where wherever he is, the ball is not.
Jose Valentin had a game like this out in Oakland.
It just is one of those days.
Yeah.
We've seen it. We've seen it with some outfielders this year.
Yeah.
Same thing. Wherever they go, the ball just is a step farther than they can get to.
Yeah, it happens. Jose in that particular game out in Oakland made 3 errors. Ball was just hunting him down. Jackson fouls it away. And comes in, takes it on the big hop, and pitches out of it. 7th inning stretch. We trail it 7-1.
Around Major League Baseball.
It's a 7-1 Tiger lead here in the bottom of the 7th inning. But, you know, talking about the ball hunting you down like that, I recall a game over the old ballpark. A no-hitter, as a matter of fact. Andy Hawkins.
I remember that. I mean, I remember hearing about it, certainly.
They call it the Earth, Fire, and Wind game. He threw a no-hitter against us. His left fielder was a guy named Jim Leyritz.
Yeah.
It was absolutely an unbelievable performance, that ball finding Leyritz and missing him. It was looking for him, found him, and then dodged away. He threw a no-hitter and got beat 4-0. So here we go.
Leury Garcia coming on to pinch hit. So mercifully, Connor's night is over.
And Leury going to hit right-handed against the right-handed pitcher. I like this little guy. I know he's got to cut us on down on his swing, but if he can learn how to do that, he can be a heck of a player in the big leagues with his speed and his arm, his hands.
But during the wintertime, someone's going to have to get to him and explain to him that the only way that he's going to be productive in the major league is to play a small man's game. And that's to learn how to make contact, hit the ball on the ground, not in the air. Not that he can't hit the ball out of the park, but he's not going to have a whole lot of success doing that. So the more balls he hits in the air, the worse he's going to be. And also he's got to learn how to bunt from both sides of the plate, because speed is going to be a huge part of his game. And if he can get on, he can make a difference in the game.
Yeah, he can be as he strikes out, he can be a game changer. There's no question about it. But right here, I like the move by Robin, too, because Connor's having one of those nights, which we all have had. I had a night or a day game at first base a lot worse than he's had at third base tonight against the Yankees.
I mean, look, it just happens. Doesn't matter what position you're in. From a pitching standpoint, you have nights where you go out there. Doesn't matter what you throw, and it doesn't matter where you throw it. The guy, when they hit it hard, it's going to find a hole. When they hit it softly, it finds a hole. They hit a few out of the park. You walk a couple of guys, and before you know it, you're sitting there looking at 10 runs, 11 or 12 hits, wondering how you got there and when your manager is going to take you out.
Yeah, and Robin did it. He did him a favor by getting him out of there as Tank grounds out and quickly 2 gone. But Connor, well, he made 3 errors tonight in 7 innings. I made 3 errors in 1 inning against the Yankees. And then,
was that in New York or Boston?
No, that was in spring training.
Oh, in spring training. Well,
but I also struck out 3 times and hit into a game-ending double play.
That was a good day.
Made Connors look like not so bad, I'll tell you that. So here's Miguel Gonzalez. Checks it up and takes the strike. Miguel's a good-looking catcher. Jams him right there. Boy, this didn't take long at all. And we are into the 8th.
Seven to 1, out hitting our Sox 11-7. 4 big errors on the board, and the Tigers with 200 runs in the first, 200 runs in the third, 1 unearned run in the 5th. So our ball club has been very gracious this evening. Your Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Honda dealers, as reliable as the cars themselves. So Leury Garcia stays in the game to play third. Marcus Semien comes in the game to play second. And Donnie Veal enters the game. On for the 41st time. ERA 5.82.
And first pitch strike to Andy Dirks, who's 1 for 4 with a run scored. Pirates leading the Rangers 4-1, bottom of the 8th inning down in Arlington. Boston shuts out Tampa Bay 2-0. Buckholz 10-0.
Well, they were wondering just exactly what he would look like coming back from an extended stint on the disabled list. Apparently, he looked pretty good.
Get over there. And he gets it. Oakland leading Minnesota 3-2, top of the 8th inning at Target Field. Kansas City beat Cleveland 6-3. This is the time of year I really enjoy baseball. Obviously we're not in it, but you can still have a lot of fun following it.
Well, certainly Tampa Bay is breathing a sigh of relief because the two teams on their tail, Baltimore and Cleveland, both lost tonight.
That's into right field. Once again, it's deep, taking little Miggy back up against the fence, and now Big Miggy just looking at him.
Well, he's got a choice. He can either hit it farther or bloop it. But hitting it like he's hitting it, you go 0 for 5.
I love to watch Miguel Cabrera and Prince Fielder and those. I tell you, I love to watch them play. There's two big kids out there. Play hard.
Our fourth drive of the game came in the 3rd inning. It's one of 4 hits for Fielder. And that line drive rocket was RBI number 98. He later picked up RBI number 99.
And there's a strike, so the count 2-1. Count evens with 2 out, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. And we'll go to the bottom of the 8th. It is still 7-1.
Before the game, it's Blackhawks night, and over 50 years of Blackhawks greatness as Corey Crawford throws out the first pitch, surrounded by Dennis Savard, Stan Mikita, and Tony Esposito. A lot of hockey greatness right there. See what's possible with products and services from AT&T. Rethink possible.
First pitch popped up into center field, so Diaz is retired very quickly. That is 12 in a row set down by Porcello.
Fairly economical, except for a little difficulty in the third and fourth. Other than that, Porcello has been, like he's been all year against our club, mighty tough.
Marcus Semien making his first plate appearance. Good looking young infielder. Breaking ball and the count 0-2. Ate him up. Boy, he's got a good arm.
And he can get it over there from whatever balance point he chooses. He's got a pretty good idea who's running. He knows that Semien can get down there in a hurry. So he charged it and just fired it across.
Yeah, that one play he made earlier in the year, that Tadahito Oguchi made one for us in 05 from second base, which was the best play I've ever seen a second baseman make on that type of a hit ball. And the same thing for Iglesias on that type of a hit ball.
Well, throwing it with every part of your body in the air.
Yeah. As that ball deep in the center field, but they got a man there. And that didn't take long either. That is 14 in a row retired by Porcello. Less than 100% is just not good enough. That's why Camarena only offers award-winning 100% blue agave tequila. Camarena tequila, the official tequila of our White Sox.
And hard-throwing Daniel Webb comes into the game. This is his third appearance out of the Sox pen. Those are the numbers this year at Charlotte, where he was pretty effective. ERA a touch below 3.
Victor fouls it back. Victor's 1 for 2, a sacrifice fly, a single, a run scored, a walk. 34-year-old veteran. Been absolutely sensational since the All-Star break. So the leadoff single.
And they're going to pinch run for Victor, so his night is done. Another big night against our ball club. So when you start out at 423 for the year and then go 2 for 3, it's going to climb a touch. Hernan Perez comes in the game. We saw him at second base earlier in the season.
Gonzalez blocks it. And that is a can of corn. So Kelly is now 0 for 4. And that'll bring up Infante. That one at 98. Webb's got a little short arm in him. I'll tell you, you throw that hard, having a little short arm, it's deceptive.
If he gets it over the plate,
yeah,
he could be very effective. Especially with an 85-mile-an-hour slider. But I don't think he wants to throw it on the inside part of the plate.
Little tardy on that, pops it up to right field. So 2 down. Well, Kurt Hassler told me about him in spring training, and I started watching him. Kurt's our pitching coordinator, minor league pitching coordinator. Been with us a long time. And the man knows his business.
He came up earlier this year.
Yeah.
Was on a road trip with us.
Yeah.
Talked a little bit about the guys down there and the good arms in the system. And he mentioned that Webb had certainly one of those.
There's Avila. A walk, 2 singles, a double, a run scored, and an RBI. And he just going to have himself a 4-hit night like Prince. So here's Iglesias. He's 1 for 4. He doubled in the 7th inning, picking up his 16th 2-bagger. Seven, 13, and 1 for them. 1-7 and a huge 4 for us. You're just getting home tuning in. Of the 7 runs, 5 of them are unearned. 5 gift runs. Very quickly to count 0-2. 19,172 on Blackhawk night, where they gave away a beautiful scarf. Blackhawk and White Sox scarf. Tried to sneak that one by him at 98. And that's going to score a run.
Well, I think Daniel might have just learned a very valuable lesson, and that is when you throw 2 sliders and a guy has no chance, don't throw him a fastball unless you want to throw one like head high. But setup pitches wasn't necessary in that at bat. Nice little slider would have ended it instead for Iglesias. RBI number 29 on his second hit.
Yeah, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. No sense in complicating anything.
Now, I keep seeing, and one of your pet peeves is the 3-2 get me over breaking ball. One of mine is the setup pitch.
Yeah.
You're going to set him up for the pitch you're going to wipe him out with, which he can't hit anyway. So instead of setting him up, just throw it.
Yeah. Ball hit hard. Now the run is going to cross the plate, and it's 9-1.
This ball is absolutely scalded. So whether it's 98 or 108, if you're not hitting your spots, you got a problem.
Yeah, one of my former partners, God rest his soul, that was one of his pet peeves too.
Setup pitch?
Setup pitch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dirks can't get it. Yeah, he hated that. Don Drysdale, Hall of Fame right-hander.
The thing was with Don is his setup pitch usually went behind you.
Or in your ear.
He was setting you up okay.
Yeah. Well, Steve's telling the truth there. There's a nice little backhand play by Simeon. And they do get him, but a couple of runs across the plate. We'll go to the bottom of the ninth, trailing by 8. quality. MLB.TV Premium includes a free subscription to At-Bat 13. You can watch every out-of-market game live on more than 350 mobile and connected devices. And other features include choice of home and away broadcast, alternate audio options, live game DVR functionality, clickable line scores, and multi-game viewing options. Visit MLB.TV to order and get more details. MLB.TV, baseball everywhere.
Ramon Santiago comes in the game defensively. And Rick Porcello going after his first complete game of the year. It would only be the third complete game for the Tigers this season.
Here's Adam. Adam 0 for 3 tonight. Got the shift on. Outfield. Spread out. Gap out there in left center. Porcello's retired the last 14 he's seen. Top of the ninth in Texas, 4-2 Pittsburgh. Minnesota has come back to take a 4-3 lead over Oakland. That game in the bottom of the eighth at Target Field. And that'll break that streak. And the first walk issued by Porcello. Next pitch will be number 100. And here's Paulie. Paulie is 2 for 3 and scored the only run. Nine, 15-1 for them, 1-7-4 for us. Back him up. 2 down. And here is Abbasiel. He's 1 for 3. Can't get it. Count evens. Leury Garcia on deck. So we're down to our last bullet. 2 outs, 1 and 2 to count. Trailing by 8 here in the bottom of the ninth.
Porcello's had a couple of rough spots, but none since the 3 straight singles in the 4th inning. He has been in command.
Boy, he has pitched well against us this year, hasn't he? This will be
exceptionally well.
4-0. And this ball game is over. So the series is even, the game apiece. Rubber match tomorrow, and we'll be back.